Hello, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about Salesforce role-related updates. Came in the previous videos, we have talked about local-related updates. We talked about custom metadata-related updates, and then we have also talked about some of the important updates, the very initial of this lecture. So there are five important updates which I have noticed, but there are many more updates related to flows because flows is becoming the first label citizen for Salesforce where they are making more and more changes. But I will show you these five which I found that these are very important and these are very useful. And then for other changes, I will just go ahead, share the link. You can go ahead and learn more about those. The number one change is that now we can create the multiple columns. We can have multiple columns in the flows, and the limit is that up to 12 column we can have. Before that, Spring 21, we had only one column which was full width. Now we can have multiple columns up to 12 columns. The second update that we are going to see is which is sending the rich text email using the flows. Earlier we didn't have that option. The third update that we are going to see is the ability to access the prior values in the record triggered flow. That means if our record is being updated and we wanted to check the value of any field before the record was updated, we can also do that. Earlier, this ability was only there in the Apex triggers where we were using trigger.new, trigger.old or trigger.old map. We also have got one more update, which is where we can schedule the actions to take the place based on the frequency that we wanted to provide, like daily, weekly, or monthly, or once. Then we also have got one more update, which is where we can we can choose either we wanted to keep the revisited value in a previous screen or we wanted to clear that value. So suppose that you are in this screen and from this screen you went to this particular screen, and then whatever the changes that you have made in this screen, whenever you're coming back to this screen, either you wanted to keep these changes or you wanted to erase these changes. That is what this number 5 update says. So let's quickly see over here inside our Salesforce environment. I have got three flows which are already there in place. I will show you one by one, starting from showing the multi columns, and then we will show you the other updates like rich text emails, record triggered flows, and other updates as well. So once you go here, let me show you for the first time how you will do, how you will do. So go to the flows, and from the flows under process automations, click on new flows. And once you click on new flows, it will launch a new tab for you, and in the tab it will pop up a new window where you need to select what you need to select. If you are checking the multi columns, again it is going to be a screen flow, so you must need to select a screen flow. So just go ahead, select this screen flow. You can select whatever the layout you want, and then you can just go ahead and select this screen, whatever screen you have, because in the screen only we can show that multiple columns. Then collapse this input, and under display you will see there is one more which is section element, which is in beta version. Drag and drop, and then you can just add multiple columns over here, and you can select what columns you wanted to have, either 4 of 2, how you wanted to kind of analyze your columns. Not analyze, we can say that how you wanted to put the columns in the screen. That's how you can do that, but I already have this screen flow. I will show you over here. So this is my screen flow. I've got this screen flow over here. You can see I've got, first I have got this section which is the beta. I have got three screens. Number one is like each of 4 4, and then for number one column I have got the address. Number two I have got lookup. Number three I have got name. All these are there in the three columns. Now if you go to the advanced section over here, under the advanced section you will see this is what we were talking in point number 5. Either we wanted to keep the values or we wanted to erase those values whenever we are going to the next screen, previous screen. We are doing this back and forth on the screens. So this is the number 5 you can have. We're not going to talk about separately on that. And you can also show or hide your components under these sections based on this set component visibility. You can select, suppose that I wanted to have this address component to be available. I'll say that all any condition is met, or I can say that whatever condition is met. I need to add this condition. So I will say I have got this name, and I will say if this last name is not equals to null, which is again going to be a global constant. I have got last name is not equal to null, then only display this component. This is the address component. Go ahead and save this. And this is the this is number one we have talked about. The number one update we just talked about, right? Now let's talk about this email, and then we'll see the demo for both. Not actual demo, but we will see how it works. So for this email, now you have got this screen. Suppose that you wanted to send the email to the contact which you are going to create. How you can do that? Drag and drop your action element over here. From the left panel, just select email, and you need to select send email. That's what the action is. You can just go ahead and say that send email. Body, you can just put anything. Subject, you can put anything, and email address, you can put whatever you want. Okay, you can say that whom you wanted to send. So I wanted to send myself. I can just put my email over here. And then this is what we have got: rich text formatted body. You can put your rich text formatted body which is containing HTML email template, or you are preparing some email template which is there either in your custom label, which is there in an intermediary lightning component or web component. You can go ahead, get that and put that over here. We don't have any component which is having that rich text, and lightning flows doesn't allow us to have the input as a rich text. We cannot see over here, but this is what we have after string 21. Go ahead, click on done. You can also do this like doing putting the dots from screen element to the send element. Just go ahead, save it. Initially, once you will try to save it, you will see that it is asking you the name of the flow. Just go ahead and give the name. And now I'm going to debug it. So once we will debug, it will show us, like, first it is going to show us the three columns which we are actually going to see, and the email is not, we are not going to see because we don't want it to send an email. Just go ahead, click on run, and you will see that there is nothing so far in this column. I can just going to put Amit. I can say as soon as I change the name, I provided the value over here. It is not. It is not there. As soon as I say Amit Singh, I got that value, right? I got these values over here. I can also select. This is the lookup field. I can select whatever I've got. I can click on next, and you can see that email, send email. I'm not sure if I have received the email or not, but the flow has ran without any error. We can say that just run again, or and we can see whatever the outcome was earlier. That's how the multi-screen and rich text email works. The next updates we have is we can access the record triggered flow. We can access the prior values in our record triggered flow. So how we can access that? Again, we need to create a new flow for this. To creating a flow, again go to your flows, click on new flow. It will give you the pop-up, and this time from the pop-up you need to select record triggered flow instead of screen flow, because this time we wanted to check the prior value for any particular record which is being updated. So you need to select this record triggered flow. Go ahead, click on next and select whatever the layout you want. And in this trigger, what you need to do is just go ahead, edit. I will select a record is updated when it is going to run after the record is saved. Click on done. What object you wanted to execute? I wanted to execute on account object. Condition, I will say there is a checkbox pick list value active which is not equals to null. I've got this condition. Now what actually we are going to do here is we are going to check if the value for pick list active has been changed, then update the description and industry field along with the rating as well. If not, then don't update, don't do anything. Again, the flow is already there in place. I have just shown you this part. I'm going to show you these other two parts where I have got one decision element, because decision element is the one which is going to tell us if the value has been changed or not. So just go ahead and drag and drop this decision element. And this conditions, you can just give any name, whatever you want, and you can give the label. I already have, I will show you that. Here in this resource section, what you need to do is just type record. So you will see there are two variables. Now we got record double underscore prior, which is going to have the value of the previous state of the same record, means before update, and record is going to have the current state of your record. Select prior, and then we will say active, and we are going to say not equals to, that means it has been changed, and this time we will say that record, and we will say that active. That means the current value is not equals to the previous value. Okay, that's what we have over here inside our decision element. We said that check field changes is what name is changed active, if we have changed the active, and this is the condition that we have just discussed. And as we have discussed that we need to update this, I have just dragged and dropped one update record element over here. And in update, I have selected the second option where I said I am going to give you the record ID which you need to update. I am going to give you the field values as well, and then just go ahead and update. So which object we wanted to update, which is again account object. Criteria, I've given ID equals to whatever the record has been updated. Description is updated from flow. Industry is banking, and we have also talked about one more field which is saying that rating. I'm going to say that rating, and I will say hot. So we have got these three fields. Just click on done, save as, and I'm going to update it as a new version because earlier I activated it, and then I'm going to activate. Once I have activated, I will just go to accounts tab. Under that accounts, we can select any. So let's select a United Oil Gas. This is what the account I have. I'm going to update the active pick list value, which is kind of having blank value over here. I will say yes. As soon as I'll say yes, it is going to update the description, rating, and industry as well. Go ahead, click on save yes. Just as it is, you will click on save. You will see the description is here. You will see industry as rating has been changed, industry has been changed as well. Now, if you are trying to change some other value, like you are trying to change parent account, say that salesforce.org, save it. Other fields are not going to be updated now because our flows is not running whenever there is any change in other field except this active. If we are changing active, again our flow is going to run and do the update. That's how we are working on this record, like prior values that we can access. The last update that we have got is time-based flow action, where admin can schedule the actions to take place in certain times. So let's quickly have that as well. Again, this time we are going to have a different kind of flows, which is going to be scheduled flows. Those are also, we will say that auto launch flows. I have that, I have one flow in the place, but again we are going to see how we can do that. This time we are going to select this scheduled triggered flow. Go ahead, click on next, reform, and as soon as you can see here we've got all the options. You can just go ahead, set schedule when you wanted to have. I wanted to schedule line number 9, like March 8th, 12 a.m. once daily, weekly. I can say weekly. Okay, click on done. Now which object you wanted to have? I wanted to have on account object. I'll just go ahead and select account. I will say active, whatever the active I have got, which is equals to no. That means I'm getting all inactive records over here. Click on done, and then just go ahead and what we need to do is, if you wanted to get all the inactive records, you can just go ahead, query over here, say whatever all the records you wanted to have. So I'll say that SOQL. Once I got the SOQL over here, what object I wanted to have? I wanted to have account. Condition, again you can just give here, again you can say active equals to no. Store all the records, done. You wanted to delete these records, you wanted to purge the records which are inactive, you can say that delete. Use record IDs stored in a record variable or a collection variable. under how to find the record delete to delete, just go ahead and select whatever the previous element is yours and done. You just need to go ahead and select the dots, or you can say that connect the dots between the elements. Go ahead, click on save, provide the name and tada. I have one flow over here. I will show you that one. So this is my flow, delete inactive account, which I have prepared for this demo, and I'm going to show you over here. I'm going to show how it is going to work. I will also run this flow in the debug mode, and we can see how it is working. So you have already seen this, all this part, the complete part you have already seen over here. I'm getting all the records, inactive records, and then I'm deleting all those inactive records. That's what we have already seen. This flow is not activated because I don't want my record to be deleted. Now, if you wanted to test this flow, click on this button which is debug on canvas, debug. You will see two options. Run flow in a rollback mode. Just check that checkbox. Why? Because we don't want it to make any changes while we are testing. As soon as you click on run, on the left hand side you will see all the details, like how the interview started, what was the values. We found nothing here. You can see what this is the record which we actually wanted to delete. Then rollback was happened, and we got the record there in this environment. So that's how your scheduled flow is going to work. Again, these are very important and useful updates which I wanted to share with you all, and thank you for your time. I will meet you into the coming lectures. Thank you.